Hi, for those of you that don't know, I'm Samantha. I'm a mum of 3 and I have been meaning to do this channel and these videos for so long, but I keep putting it off because I'm nervous and scared. But now I've decided I'm going to go for it and get them made. So what I really want to do is help people to plan and prepare for natural and positive births. Through my experiences, I've seen that birth doesn't need to be the way that everyone thinks it needs to be. So we've got the idea of that birth is painful, it needs to be in hospitals, it's not an enjoyable experience, and through having 2 home births, completely natural myself, I know that that's not always the case. It doesn't always have to be like that. So I want to share my experiences, share what I've learned, share things that I've come across, I've found out that helped me have the experiences I had. Because what I really want to stress is that it wasn't just luck and that I had these amazing births that I had. I planned and prepared and researched and educated myself, and I learned how to work with the midwives and medical staff so I could work at getting the birth that I really wanted to have. Because if I didn't do that, they wouldn't have been what they were. They would have been actually the complete opposite. They would have been the general birth that most people have. The only reason they were opposite was because of what I did to make them that way. So in this first video, I just want to run through my births from the first one to the last, kind of give an overview of what happened, and then in following videos from this, I want to go into more specific subjects and over them and what I learned, what I know about on that. So my first birth with my eldest daughter Cameron, I was very young. It was a hospital birth. It was quite quick for a first birth, about 7 hours from first feeling something to when she was born. I had a bit of pain relief. I tried gas and air, which I didn't like, and then I had the injection, which just made me throw up. So that by the time she was actually coming out, I wasn't on any pain relief, it had worn off. I was on my back with my knees up like you see on EastEnders. It was just the generic birth, really, I guess. It was just what you expect a birth is. Then I had to sleep on the ward for that night. I was on my own. Then my mum wasn't allowed up to the ward to settle me in because visiting time was over. So that was quite scary because I was 18 and I was on my own. I'd just been through that experience. And then I had to sleep the night then. My recovery was very slow. I was in a lot of pain for a long time after, especially using the toilet. So all in all, it wasn't the greatest experience. So when I found out I was pregnant with my second baby, my first thought was, oh no, this has to come out now. And I knew that I didn't like any of the pain relief. So I started Googling like natural pain relief in labour, and I came across hypnobirthing. So I spoke to a local hypnobirthing practitioner and we planned to have private lessons with her. At this point we hadn't decided on a home birth, and through the hypnobirthing process I just blew my mind. We learn how it doesn't need to be the way that everyone thinks it needs to be. We have been conditioned into thinking that birth has to be that way through TV, through just society. That's what we expect it to be like, and that's what it is. But it's not. It doesn't have to be that way. I know it doesn't have to be that way because I've had 2 completely different births, and so have other people. And that's what I hope to do. I want to share my story and help other people do the same thing. So we had our home birth. The environment was just quiet, chilled. We had a pool. It was just a really nice experience. That was really quick. That was about 2 hours long, if that. The midwives after stayed for about 2 hours and then they left, and me and John was just in our own bed with our baby. It was just a really amazing, lovely experience. And my recovery was really quick. I didn't have any pain after like I did with my first, like struggling to have a wee because it was so painful. I didn't have any of that. It was just great. So then for the third baby, we had another home birth. We didn't have a pool this time. That was really quick. That was a couple of hours, about 2 hours. and it was at night time again. Like my other home birth was at night. Both were born at 9 o'clock. So we had her at home. The midwives, they're really respectful of what we asked for. Quiet in the room, lights out, everything really chilled. Even after the baby was born, it was all just still chill. The difference between both of them, in both my home births, I just felt so in control. I didn't feel out of control. In my first birth, I felt like I just wanted them to sort it out for me, them to take the pain away. Every time a contraction was coming, I was resisting it. I didn't want it. I didn't know how to deal with it. I didn't know how to breathe with it and allow it to happen. I didn't know any of that stuff. Through hypnobirthing, I'm preparing for both my home births. Every time a contraction came, I welcomed it. I wanted it. I wasn't scared. That is the difference. Obviously, I still felt a baby being born, but I wasn't scared in my second and third. In both my home births, I wasn't scared. In my first, I was fully scared. So my second home birth was the same. They left after a couple of hours and we just went to bed with our baby. I had my 3 birth experiences. And what I really just want to stress again is that my last 2 home births wouldn't have happened that way unless I did what I did to have them, which is what I want to do. I want to help other people do exactly the same. So I'm going to leave it there for this first video, and following videos will be more specific on subjects that can hopefully give you tips and help you to plan and prepare for your positive birth experience. Thanks for listening. Bye.